Hello class, I'd like to welcome you guys to PAS 205. It's the online section of Coloring Consciousness. I'll be a professor for this class. My name is Professor Stacy Brooks. I've been teaching this course for about 5 years now. 2 of those years have been on campus. The last 3 years have been online. I want to assure everybody that we'll try to make this online experience as smooth as possible. I want to run through a couple of things about the course, the textbook, some of the items on the syllabus, and just a couple of items to get you all familiar with the Blackboard space itself, and then hopefully we'll have a great semester. Okay, about the books. We'll start out the course with two supplemental readings, actually, before I get to the textbooks. The first will be a reading from a text called Race and Ethnicity in the United States by Paul Schaefer. I'm going to post those in the assignment section in Blackboard. So if you look, once you click into your class and go into the assignments on the left side of the screen, click into that, you'll see where I will be posting the assignments for the course. I will put the supplemental readings under the title supplemental readings, and then there'll be supplemental reading 1, or maybe the date. I'll post an announcement to let you know which one I want you to go through, and then we'll start with those. Okay, there are 4 textbooks to the course, and the first textbook when we get started on those will be Carl Degler's Neither Black Nor White, Slavery and Race Relations in Brazil and the United States. It's a really good book that gets into the comparison between slavery in one place, of relative size and relative importance in one region of the world versus another, and the different decisions that are made because of the differing processes of the development of the slave system. So that's what we'll be getting into with the Carl Degler book. Once we're finished with Degler, the next book that we'll get into is Cornel West's Race Matters. Any version of this book is fine as long as it has the preface to 2001. As long as it has that, and you can use any version of this book. Cornel West gives a critical analysis of how race matters in the realm of politics, particularly as it relates to the two, wings of politics, the Democratic and Republican branch, and West gives his take on how these two sides of the coin deal with issues of race, or how they fail to, rather. And then to contrast West, we have Derek Bell's Faces at the Bottom of the Well, The Permanence of Racism. Derek Bell is a legal scholar. He was one of the first African American to be tenured at the Harvard School of Law. Derek Bell's writing style is quite different than either Degler or West, and even Rothenberg, the last text for that matter. He writes in a symbolic style. You can look up allegory. He writes in these stories in order to talk about things that we're used to talking about, but he puts a spin on them. You'll be able to see that right from the introduction. Then I don't have a copy of Paula Rothenberg's White Privilege. I want you to get the latest version of that text that you can possibly get. White Privilege, Essays on the Other Side of Racism. And what that book does is talk about the social construction of whiteness as an ethnicity, how it resides in American society, how we talk about it, or how we talk about it without using the term white. And we'll go over various issues and topics with the Rothenberg text. So that's just a quick overview of the textbooks that we'll be using on the class. I hope that you enjoy them. We won't read all of them except for, no, we won't read all of any of those texts, but I hope that what we do read of them sparks you to continue your research. These aren't the final books on race and race relations by any stretch, but they will give us a good idea of how some of these conversations are being had. And that's going to about do it. We're going to have several assignments, between 8 and 10 assignments that will start in about 2 weeks. We'll have about 4 to 6 quizzes, a midterm, and a final exam. The total points for the semester is going to be 750 to and with some room for some extra credit. Um, we'll do discussions that will not be graded, but will either reinforce your readings from the text. I'll put up things from current events. We have the election, the presidential election is going on. There's some interesting things there that we might want to talk about as a class. So that's what you have to look forward to. I'll be posting the syllabus tomorrow as I fine tune it and make changes as I see will be necessary to cover this semester. Outside of that, I hope that we have a great time. Please email me if you have any concerns. Give me about 1 to 2 days to get back with you because I get flooded and teaching an online class is like doing 35 independent studies, particularly when students are really engaged and excited about the material. That's my new son, born December 21st. He will be with me for most of the lectures that I put on here. I'll be trying to post lectures every now and then, but as you can see, duty calls.